We're in focus on the markets today. Sibanye Gold shares shot up by 10% after it announced it plans to purchase Aquarius Platinum. While the platinum price has plunged and some mines are on the brink, Sibanye sees this as the time to buy and diversify its assets and hope for better times in future. Well, earlier, Sibanye, of course, acquired the labour-intensive mines in Rustenburg owned by Anglo American Platinum. Meanwhile, shares in SAB have fallen following reports that it's likely to reject a takeover offer from Anheuser-Busch. Bloomberg has been reporting that SAB execs feel the price offered is too low. Now, SAB Miller's shares shot up after it was revealed and confirmed in September that Anheuser was interested. If the deal goes through in future, the company will be a global giant, producing 1/3 of the world's beer. Shares fell by nearly 3% in London and Johannesburg today, although they are still about 20% higher than before even talk of that deal. Well, earlier at the JSE, I spoke to Mohammed Nalla from Nedbank Capital. I asked him about the concerns about SAB's listing moving away from South Africa and what a deal, if it goes ahead in future, could mean for us.
I certainly look at this with a hint of sadness in some respects, because all of our real powerhouse companies have grown up. They've grown up, they've dual listed in London, and then they become ex-South African companies, if you know what I'm saying. SAB, by any stretch or measure, I mean, a very small percentage of their revenues actually come from South Africa. I think it's below 10% if memory serves. So it's a global company. Investors would like some sort of access to that. Remember, in South Africa, not all investors have the ability to invest directly in offshore markets. So if a deal like this happens and it resulted in a delisting of SAB from the JSE, that just means that investors here have much fewer options in terms of getting a global diversified exposure in their portfolio.
And that's not great. The PIC saying it may fight that. Very quickly, because I want to move to Sibanye as well. But it's so interesting to me that these are the two biggest beer companies in the world. But like you say, there won't actually be a competition issue, because we don't look at those competition issues globally. We look at them nation by nation, basically.
Yes, I mean, like I said, there's probably going to be some sort of overlap again with if that deal does come back onto the table in another 6 months' time or so. The respective countries will rule in their own jurisdictions. So, for example, any brewer that's owned in the US by SAB and then also Anheuser as well, those respective competition authorities would need to advise on any concerns they have in their local jurisdictions.
Okay, so let's look at Sibanye Gold. It's already bought Amplatz's platinum mines at a time when platinum is on the floor of the VW scandal, even affecting possibly future demand for platinum. But they obviously believe in the future of this metal, or buying now when the price is low. So talk of them putting in an offer for Aquarius. What's your take?
Market's really liking it. I mean, Aquarius is up over 40% when I last looked. Sibanye, normally the company doing the acquisition sells off. Sibanye is up 10% on the back of this news. So as you mentioned, Neil Furneman, he's a hardened miner. He's been in this industry. The market gives him a lot of street credibility, simply because he's proven that he can take difficult assets and actually monetize them, release some sort of value. So on the back of that, I think the market's quite positive. Platinum trading below 1,000, that's again symbolic of where the health of the global economy is. And I would be concerned on an absolute level on platinum as an asset. But remember, at the end of the day, provided he can take the entire PGM basket, because it's bigger than platinum, you've got to throw in palladium and rhodium and the whole lot. If he can take the basket, and if he can actually monetize a basket price that is higher than his cash cost effectively, there's a business case there. So let's see how it goes. Very brave, and Mr. Froneman's taking it on.
Is this a brave man as well, who's willing to look forward and saying there's doom and gloom now, but we know that money can still be made if you buy at the right price? Or is he being decidedly overconfident? So
I personally don't like resources for the medium term, for the next 18 to 24 months. The fact of the matter is that Mr. Froneman and any resources CEO has to look through the cycle. Think of Ivan Glazenberg, same story. Look through the cycle. They're saying
5, 10 years.
5, 10, 15, 20 years. These are cyclical markets, and if you can bolster your balance sheet, if your shareholders give you the benefit of the doubt, and if you can survive the downturn, you come out stronger on the tail end, because the weaker players are going to fall by the wayside. Platinum assets, and I'm not too familiar with Aquarius's portfolio specifically, but platinum assets are arguably lower intensity in terms of cost relative to some of the gold assets. So perhaps it's a nice play from Sibanye's perspective. It's just diversifying A, the resource mix, and B, I don't know if they're deep level mines, but they aren't. When we say deep level on gold, we're talking kilometers underground. Platinum's reasonably less intense in terms of the operational aspect of it. And so potentially, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, but it does take a brave man. I personally don't like mining stocks for now. And on top of that, South African mining is in a very difficult space.